Welcome to the Healer's Circle, where extraordinary healers share their personal journeys, wisdom, and how you could heal yourself. My hope is that their insights, practical tips, and aha moments inspire and guide you in discovering your own spiritual gifts to reach your highest potential. Welcome, Kriste. Thank you for being here with us to share your own healer's journey and tips with our listeners today.
Thank you for inviting. It's an honor.
When I first met you years ago, it was, I think, one of these breathing with gongs sessions. And then from there, people were like, oh, Kriste does so many things. She also does like Lomi. And then I had to try this, of course. And then there were just like one session after another. And that led to later on doing all sorts of other retreats with you in Mexico. And it's just been life-changing, every single session for me with you. But how do you describe what it is that you do, or how do your clients describe what it is that you do?
I am doing healing, Reiki healing, and also I am an osteopath, which is working with body, and also bodywork, deep tissue massage, Lomi massage, as you mentioned, and I am also biodynamic breath and trauma release therapist, and also I'm doing some constellations and some Bach flower therapies. So you name it. Also, recently have done also some hypnotherapy, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, so I think your, buffet of things is just really wide. And this is one of the reasons I always loved coming to do sessions with you, is because even if I don't know what I need, there's always something super valuable. So that's my experience. But are there some other things or reasons to tell people why healing is even good for them, or what have some of your clients gained out of the sessions with you that has made a difference in their life?
So the most important thing going to healing session is that people come to find solutions for their problems. Sometimes they have problems with relationships. Sometimes they would like to have a child, but it is challenging to have a child, and so there are many reasons people come, and they want to find a solution for their problems or challenges.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have experienced that the more I have healed from within, the lighter I get, the happier I become. And somehow the life is just getting easier and happier altogether. And for me, you have been a huge part that I'll be forever grateful for all the sessions I've done with you. Now, just to give us a very brief kind of like stepping stones, how did you even end up doing the work you're doing nowadays, helping all these amazing people getting to their amazing paths?
Yes, I am actually English teacher, and I worked as a translator, and I was invited into different workshops to translate, and I was translating from English into Estonian to people, and I found it very interesting, all these topics, all these massage and body work and energy healing. So as I was translating, I was also learning at the same time, and I started practicing it. And later I realized that this is something that is much more rewarding, because I can see the results in people, and it's very heartwarming to see when people find the solutions for their problems, they recommend to their friends, and they come and they say that my friend came here and she got a boyfriend after 1 week, so I also need a boyfriend or something like that. So, or somebody got pregnant, and a friend of hers also like to get pregnant, or whatever reasons there are. People have relationship problems and would like to improve their relationship, or to accept the fact that it's time for them to say goodbye, and all different reasons.
I love that you got there through completely different avenue. Sometimes you hear stories of some like, oh, I was born with these gifts, and then you hear someone at age 70, like, I woke up one morning and I had all those things. So I love how your path is also very unique for the listeners to see that, well, there's no set way to get onto this path of helping others to heal and whatever your own journey is. So now when you're looking back, would you have any advice for the younger you of knowing where you are right now? It's like, oh, well, if I would have known this, that would have been helpful. Are there any things now, if you could roll back and give yourself advice to younger you, just to put you in an even better path right now, or everything is exactly how it's supposed to be?
If I would go there into the past, so I would do exactly the same thing, because I am here now who I am because of my past me. So I'm grateful for all the lessons and challenges, because it has brought me where I am here. So I wouldn't change anything. Everything that comes to your path, it is meant. So it's either a blessing or a lesson, and you have to accept both of them. And what I would say to my past self would be that don't worry so much. Just relax, just chill. So what is meant to be will be anyway, and you can't miss it. So it will come, if you close the door, it will come from the window, or whatever way it finds you, so you don't have to stress about it.
I love that. That is so true. And even from my own experience, I also realize that even if you think that you shove it away, or I'm thinking back like 20 something years ago when I went to Swedish Institute College of Health Sciences, and they taught us not only like the Western part of it, the physical massage and anatomy, they also introduced us to the Eastern medicine when we were doing energy work. And when I first felt it, I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, what is this? Like, I don't know. This is like so big. It will take my lifetime to learn. I'm not going to deal with this. And then, of course, moving forward, it's still going to come on my path one way or another. It keeps kind of knocking, like you're saying, either through the door or through the window. It still finds you. So it's like, don't worry about it, right? Take it easy. Just like, trust whatever comes and be curious. What do you think? Because I've had some clients who are now, or friends who are entering this world of spirituality or whatever you call it, and they're like, well, I'm really fascinated, but at the same time afraid. What do you tell the people who are afraid to, like, they're curious about it, but they're afraid that they're going to leave their life as they've known it, or they might, lose their friends or things over this? Like, what's your advice to them about being afraid to enter this world?
So what you can do is to connect with your inner teacher, and whoever is your outer teacher, you feel that, does it resonate with my inner teacher? If it resonates with my inner teacher, it means this teacher can teach me something about what I need on my path. But if you feel that, okay, it is not my truth, maybe it's somebody else's truth, or it doesn't resonate with me, so maybe you are not ready for that, or it's not your truth. So always listen to yourself and feel, how does it feel? When you feel light and you feel like expanding, so it feels this is yes, this is for you. But if you feel a little bit heavy inside, so it means maybe it's not for you now, or it's not meant for you. So it's important to be in connection with your intuition, with your feeling inside. And it means that you are in connection with your inner teacher.
Yeah. Is there a tip that you can give to people to get better connected with their inner voice or, higher self or whatnot, so they could like, okay, I want to do it. I want to do it. Like, is there like a good tip for them to get started as they're going on to their path of doing, discovering themselves and what they're capable of, connecting with themselves better?
Yes, a very good practice is to start breathing. When you start breathing, you are present, because you can't breathe in the past and you can't breathe in the future. When you are breathing, you are present. You are here and now. And when you are breathing, you can breathe 5 seconds inhalation, you can keep the breath 5 seconds, and exhalation 5 seconds. And when you do it in a row for some time, you feel that you are present. And when you have some kind of worries or problems, and when you manage to tune into the present moment, you understand that the worries or problems are not in the present moment. They are either in the past or in the future. And when you are breathing and you bring yourself into the present moment, it means that you are in connection with yourself, with your intuition, with your inner teacher. You are in connection with your true self. And there are all the answers there. Because also it is good idea to breathe, and you are visualizing that you are inhaling through the heart and exhaling through the heart. Because probably many people have heard about the Heart Math Institute in LA, who has made many researches about the heart and has found out that the electromagnetic field is much bigger. It's 5,000 times bigger than brain's electromagnetic field, and it is also claimed that there are also neurons in the heart. So this is where our intuition comes. And also in English, there are words like learn by heart. In Estonian, we don't say that. In Estonian, we say learn to the head. But in English, it's a very magical language. It's like learn by heart. You really take it into yourself.
I love that, because everything is from here, and it is so important to connect with your heart. So as I'm listening to you talk, I'm just wondering, are there some aha moments that you have experienced, going from I'm a translator to entering this world, and now looking back, like, well, they were like a light bulb one. I was like, oh my goodness, now I get it. Or like, I had no idea it works this way. Are there any ahas that you would like to share with the listeners that you remember thinking like, holy smokes, this is what it is, or this is how it works?
Yes, the subconscious mind keeps giving me the aha moments all the time, because our conscious mind is only 10%. And subconscious mind is 90%. And it is so interesting that if we make some affirmations, it is very popular nowadays that you say like, I am rich, like all the time you make the affirmations, but it doesn't seem to work. It's because you do it from the conscious mind, which is only 10%. But in the subconscious mind, there are different programs and belief systems from your parents, from your ancestors, and they all influence us. So, and if you want to make affirmations and you say, yes, I deserve to be rich, I want to be rich, but in the subconscious mind, there is some kind of program that your parents have told that rich people are evil, or money doesn't grow on trees, And all these belief systems, they have, so to say, we can say like secondary gain. Sometimes we have some kind of illnesses because the illnesses have a secondary gain. Or sometimes we gain weight because there is some kind of secondary gain. And consciously you want to lose weight, but for some reason you cannot manage it. And when you go deep into the subconscious mind, then you find out that the person doesn't want to be intimate with her partner because of the sexual trauma in the past. And that's why she creates the protective layer to gain weight in order not to be attractive to that partner, so that she can be left alone. So you have to find out all these secondary gains. So you have to see what is like underneath. And it is so interesting. And for me, healing is like an art. You have different tools in your toolbox, but you are like a chef. You choose one ingredient, the other ingredient, and you mix it together, and then you make a dish. And for each person, it's different. So it is like an art. You have a canvas and you start painting, and it's the result is different every time. And I really enjoy that because I don't know anything about the person. And when they come to the session, it starts speaking, the body starts speaking, and I just get the information and the solutions come, and it's so beautiful. And it's so heartwarming to see when they get the results, and they're so grateful. And this is what makes this work beautiful.
Absolutely. This is such a great answer. And this again goes to show why is it good to go in and heal? Because a lot of people are afraid of doing it, but it's because there's so many possibilities that can open up in your life that, like you're saying, either be it physical sickness or being in a relationship with your partner or with co-workers, whatever, all those things can open up and get healed if you work with yourself from within. And this is lovely. Thank you. I so love the answer and you sharing it. Thank you for that. And that actually brings me to the other question then. Through all the years you've been doing this amazing work, have there ever been challenges where you're just like, ooh, okay, I don't know how to address this, or like this was difficult, but you will figure out and you kind of like got over it? Are there any experiences that you could share with the listeners that could be helpful to them, that when things could be tough, or this is something that was challenging that maybe would help them?
I would say that for me, the clients come to me, only these clients who I can help can come to me. So I have made that kind of intention that universe, please send me these clients that I can help. And I can be there and I can be helpful for them. So I trust it. And every time that a client comes, I know that I am not the one who does the healing. I am just a channel, and I allow the energy to come through whatever this person needs, so that the person can get the best help possible. And I just listen, and I tune into the energy of the person, and I provide the help that this person is ready to receive at the moment. And sometimes the person might not be ready to receive help. It needs to be some steps needs to be taken first, and when you are in contact with a person, you just feel it, and you know how much I can give so that it would be beneficial. And I trust whatever comes is helpful, And you cannot heal a person in one session. It needs to be a process. And sometimes one session is enough if there is some small case. But usually, if you go to find a solution, you need at least 3 or 4 sessions in order to find a solution, because it goes in layers, and a person needs time to integrate the healing as well. So you cannot give everything at once, because the person cannot integrate in the body. So the person receives as much the person is ready to receive, and we give 1 week time to integrate it, and then we go and continue with the second session, and then we go deeper to the next layer. And also we do the healing as much the person is ready to receive, and then 1 week of integration time. So it is a very deep process, and it needs some time to integrate, because you can imagine the scale, like the old times there were the scales, like you put here like 9 stones, and here is 4 stones, and they are not equal. So what you can do is, if you take these from here, the heavy ones away, so it doesn't go here right away, but first it finds the new balance. So the body also need to find the new balance, and then it finds the new balance. So you need to give a person time to integrate. And after the osteopathy session, even 2 weeks integration time, because it's very deep.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that with everyone. And the whole thing, like you're saying, we are layers, so not everything gets done immediately, and that we actually need to take the time to also integrate it, like very important. How do you take care of yourself? Do you use your own modalities on yourself? Do you do something on your own? Do you need someone outside to support you with your healing? What would you suggest? How do people take care of themselves when they are in this, healing others kind of world? What can they do to help themselves so they don't get burned?
It is important for a therapist also to go to a therapist, because you cannot be your own therapist. You cannot receive and give at the same time. Of course, I'm doing some practices, and I'm doing self-healing, Reiki, and active meditations and other things, but there are some therapies I can't do to myself, for example, massage or osteopathy. So I need to go regularly to have sessions myself as well. So that you need to go therapy to work with your body, but also you need to go therapy to work on your issues, psychological issues and traumas, because the healer and the therapist can help as deeply, as much as the therapist has healed herself. So I can go comfortably as deep as I have healed myself, and the person gets the benefit as much as I have healed myself. So that's why it is important for the healer constantly have sessions, and also have some additional workshops and trainings, so that it is very helpful for the therapist as well.
I love that you say that, because I think there's a lot of wrong beliefs or whatever you call this, where people are kind of like, well, you're the healer. Aren't you then 100% perfect? Suddenly you become this like a God figure who shouldn't be a human, who shouldn't have their own issues and challenges. And I love that you're saying it's like, no. We all need to heal, because as we get kind of moving higher up, this is kind of is this what you're saying, that this is the level where we're capable of healing others, is how much work we've done kind of with ourselves, how high of a frequency we are currently, and these are the type of people we are able to help, not the ones where we have not yet reached our own levels of frequency. I'm not sure how you would word that, but I'll let you kind of add a little bit more to that.
Yes, I would say that the therapist is the one who is walking together with the person who needs help, and is not doing the work for her or him, but allowing to walk together with him or her, and allowing this person to have all the emotions or traumas to be expressed. Because when you bring these emotions and traumas into the light of consciousness, then you can see them and you can heal them. And the role of the therapist is to hold space so that these things that have been suppressed have the opportunity to be expressed, which is healing. And many times when you see acknowledge some things, it's already healing. And so it is important to empower the person. You can't do the work for them, but you give them like empowerment, or encourage the person and say that you can do it. I believe in you. I am here. I have done that. I have gone through that. And what is the therapist? You can, of course, you can do it alone as well. The therapist can show you a shortcut. So let's go this way. I have done that already. I know this is a shorter way. So you can save time. So the therapist has worked many years and has some shortcuts, and you can save some time. You don't have to like go and look under every stone, but the therapist shows, okay, this is the way we can go together, and I know that you can find the solution there.
Yeah. So maybe if I may, just one more quick question before we wrap it up, as our time is coming to the end. The people who are starting their journey, and including me, is like, well, who am I to do this? Like, I'm just the beginner, or I'm still figuring it out. What would you tell these people who are entering this world and they're still hesitant? Like they see something's happening, they have experienced their gifts or powers, and they're still hesitant to take that step. What would you tell them to encourage them to either not do it or go for it?
I would say to them that every person is unique, and you don't have to compare to anybody. Like, I should be like this healer, or I should be that healer. Everybody is unique. And we can say that we can open the telephone with a fingerprint, which is unique, and the eyes are unique. And now the science has discovered that the voice is also unique, and you can probably in the future open the phone with the voice as well. So everybody is unique, and you don't need to compare with anybody. The marketing industry wants that we compare and we would be better and this way or that, but actually, if you find out that you are unique and you can do your own thing, which is in tune with your heart, and this is very empowering, and you do whatever feels calling for you. And also another thing is that we talked about the scales, and when we see about when we look at our problems, and we can see like here is the negative, the problems, and the other is like positive and lights and solutions. So many times when we have problems, we focus only on the problem, and we give energy there. So wherever you give energy, it grows. But we all the time, we focus on the problem, but we don't focus on the solution. So what you can do is start focusing on the solution. And how can you start focusing on the solution is to be present, to be in neutral, like the scales is in neutral, and neutrality is the gratitude. So when you are in gratitude and you find what you already have, you don't focus what you don't have, and then you feel frustrated that you don't have it. But when you focus on the things that you already have, you give weight to the other, the positive, the light. And then you understand how much you already have, and you don't have the focus on the negativity anymore. And your focus is on the positive, and it starts to grow. And you realize that all the things that you are grateful for, they come into your life. Yeah. So I would recommend to start with that kind of state of mind, to be grateful what you have, to be in neutrality, and focus on the solution.
Kriste, I'm so grateful to you for having you in my life from my early on of starting my path in this spiritual world, and helping me through, like I said, with each session with you has been life-changing. And I have another session with you, and yet it's life-changing. So will you share, how can people get hold of you, even though I know you're in Estonia, and people can either travel to Estonia or the Estonians can come to you in person. But nowadays, the communication can be remote, and some people don't know the healing can happen remotely. So could you please share that part? How could people get hold of you? Doing sessions remotely are as powerful as they can be in person. How can they reach out to you and get this amazing support and help and healing from you, as I have for years?
The best way is to contact through Messenger in Facebook. So it is with my name, Kriste Eerme. And this is the best way to get into contact, the easiest way.
And one day, of course, if there's going to be so many people who want to have in-person session with you, I'm sure we can fly you out to America and come to our neck of the woods as well, right? So.
Yes, and we are going to do the retreat in Gran Canaria with Jose Figueroa on the 8th of October. So there is 7-day retreat, and the retreat is Intuition, Compassion, and Consciousness, which the retreat that you have participated in Mexico. So now
and the retreat way worth. And what I love there, the way you guys work together, and how much value, Kriste, you bring to this with your morning meditations and all sorts of other techniques. So I absolutely strongly encourage anyone who's interested, available to join you in this retreat as well. But Kriste, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for coming here to share yourself, your stories, your tips with everyone today.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. It was my pleasure.
Thank you for joining us on this Healer Circle journey. If you are a healer with valuable insights to share, we'd love to hear from you. As together, we can continue to inspire one another to greater heights. Until next time, with love, light, and gratitude.